This is the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. Your hosts are Aaron and Mayumi Muller, owners of 8 companies that run without them, and founders of the LBO Academy. It's your turn to discover how you can own a business that runs without you. Now, here's Aaron and Mayumi.
Hello, everyone. You're listening to Aaron Muller with the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. If you can't listen to this entire show, you can always go to lboradio.com. That's lboradio.com and get this episode and any other previous episode we've done. Today, our guest, I'm pretty excited about this. His name's Eric Scroggins. He's a good friend of mine. He's an author of the book Vision Blockers. He's a professional keynote speaker, pastor, business consultant, and recognized business leader. His work in both corporate and nonprofit enterprises, bringing leadership expertise, motivation, and strategic thinking to each assignment. Eric is most noted for transforming organizations and creating exceptional performance through proven sales techniques, improving customer service, and helping employees engage more effectively. His passion to help others reach new heights by overcoming barriers and turning their careers or businesses into personal success stories. Eric is also the founder of M6 Global Resources, a nonprofit for resource generator, bringing assistance to people around the world. This guy is so diverse, I can't even tell you. Mm-hmm. Also, we have my co-host, Mayumi Muller. She's not only my partner in life, she's my partner in all our businesses. And if I didn't have her by my side, I'd never have the success I do, because she is just this hustling woman. I gotta grind on her every once in a while, make her feel like she's not doing good, because it makes her do even more for me, and I love that. She responds so well to my
every once in a while, like every minute of the day.
Eric, thank you so much for being on the show.
Eric, hey, you know what? I am so excited to have Eric. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something about Eric. We've known him for a while, and we love him. You know how when you go to an event and you walk into the room and somebody comes and talks to you because they know that that's what they're supposed to do, and they just drain you? Eric gives you energy. Like when you're around Eric, like if you're in a crappy mood, you just hang out with Eric first. He don't have to say nothing, and you get that energy, that positive energy. Then he speaks, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to make today great.
Yep.
I'm ready to make
No,
today
it's
great.
so true.
So,
Awesome.
Eric, thank you for coming and bringing your positive energy, your infectious smile.
Thank you.
We love having you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. I love you guys, and I'm so excited to be on the show today.
Yeah, and Eric has been such a mentor for me for the past several years, you know, in my businesses and everything. He's really helped me out with a lot of good decisions, good decision-making stuff that I've asked him, and always great advice. He doesn't think he knows more than me, but he kind of talks to me as a just as a nice, you know, a friendly way, and helps me come up with the answers that I'm looking for, versus like always, you know, when you say consultant, a lot of times people think, oh, they're just going to tell you what to do, and that's it, right?
Yeah,
and then coach doesn't sound really important. So, you know, like, I mean, even though I think coaching is really what it is, but I think sometimes people take that as not
there's a lot of them, so it kind of is diluted the word, you know.
Yeah. I mean, what do you like to be called, Eric?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's what we struggle with, right?
We struggle with this.
It is so hard because there's not really a name that describes quite what I do.
Okay.
Consultant is, in my mind, it's that person that comes in and sort of gives you a report and an answer about what you quote unquote should do.
Yes.
A coach just seems a little has a lack of intimacy and professionalism associated with it. So. You know, I'm a business owner or a leader's best friend. I mean, I think
love that.
I think it's my role to come alongside of you and ask you the questions you don't want to answer.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yes,
well,
that
you know,
is
I think,
good.
Mayumi, I think that we can now say that we're professors because we have an academy.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
So Eric, let's talk about this Vision Blockers book that you wrote, man. Like, awesome book. I think you've probably helped thousands of people out there, you know, just get past those challenges in their lives and everything. And so I want to talk a little bit about the book and how you came to just even writing a book about this subject matter.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time prior to writing the book working with individuals, and what I found over and over was that people were not clear on really what they wanted in their life. And I was trying to help them navigate to a destination they didn't even know. And so I realized that when I started asking people about that, what is your vision? What do you want? Where do you want to go? It was so cloudy and focused. And I realized as I began to do research and started to realize that there are some common denominators, and I call those vision blockers. And so when I was able to help people remove those, all of a sudden vision began to develop, and it got to be really exciting. People were starting to hit dreams and goals, and businesses
because they were actually setting them also.
They were setting goals, but they were setting goals based on what they could see clearly, so that picture in your heart about what you want in your life. And so removing those barriers allows you to see those things come. And so I had enough of that going on. I spoke at a conference on the topic. It was so well received. I decided it needed to be a book. So
wow,
that's
so I started
awesome.
writing.
And that had been hard to write that book.
It took one of the vision blockers is fear.
Yeah.
And to be quite transparent, it was my own fear. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book, but then what are people going to say? And so it took 3 years I'm going to write a book, and then about 2 months to actually write it once I sat down.
Wow, that's pretty fast.
Wow,
that's good.
Phenomenal.
Well, you are smart though, so I guess that's why it only took 2 months. So the other thing, this book is so cool too. I like the cover of the book.
I do too.
Vision blockers, and it has a pair of glasses that are all cracked up, like they fell on the ground, And it's such a great cover.
It is. It's a fantastic cover.
Thank you.
So Eric, tell me. Okay, so now you got this book out, and you have more and more people are contacting you for help in their businesses. Let's talk a little bit about what do you do? Like, I'm a business. Okay, let's talk about small business, right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You go. You got a small business owner that is struggling in various areas. How do you work with people? And I guess before I even say that, what are some of the biggest challenges you see that small business owners have?
So
That's a great question.
So that is a good question. Beyond vision, right? So even with small business, if sometimes let's take a plumber, for instance. I'm a great plumber, and now I want to own a plumbing business.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of challenges making that transition, because just because you're a great plumber doesn't mean you can have vision for growing a plumbing enterprise.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And you guys are professionals at this. You know that a business should not make you a paycheck; it should make you wealthy, right?
Yes.
It should have a return to it. So beyond vision, there are so many things that I think business owners run into and struggle with. First of all, is they're trying to control everything. And so getting that business owner to understand what their role is, having them level up to the CEO level, right? Not being a doer of the business, but a visionary and a leader of the business.
Yep.
Absolutely.
A lot of insecurities in business owners, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Well, they don't. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, a lot of times they're just, they want to do it, but they have no confidence, and they just don't attack it, right? And so part of what I do is to find those areas, boost that morale, boost that confidence, provide tools to help that business owner really take calculated steps towards success.
Yep, and that's something that I find too is it's like. As a small business owner, you don't have anybody to go to, right? I mean, you're the last step. Get out of corporate America. You don't have some superior to go, hey, am I doing the right thing? Am I investing my money in the right places? And so it sounds like you kind of can be that
business partner,
like that partner, that almost like that pseudo boss that kind of listens to them and gives them advice, and so that they're not going in it alone and can, like I said, build their confidence
up. They can't talk
up.
to their employees.
Because you can't always you can't go to your employees all the time and say, should I do this, because a lot of times they're looking out for their best interest, which isn't always the best interest of the business.
Absolutely.
So it's beautiful that you offer that. And so how do you give your services over the phone or on site? I mean, because we have a national audience here, so are you able to work with people nationally?
Yes, I actually have several clients that are outside of this. We're in Seattle area, outside of the Seattle area. So I do have one-on-one appointments as well.
Cool.
Over the phone, if that works for the business owner. Skype or Zoom, so online video feeds are usually really great, and it's one-on-one. It's an hour-long conversation, and there's some accountability, and there's homework, and there's task orientation, and I'm not going to give every business owner the answer. You have to self-discover, but we walk to the answer together.
I love self-discovery.
Yeah, I know you do.
I do. Well, how can folks get a hold of you?
So the best way to get a hold of me is on my website, ericscroggins.com.
And it's Eric, SCROGGINS.com. And you're offering a special for our listeners here.
I really am. So if you go to ericscroggins.com/calendar, you can book a half-hour call with me for absolutely free.
Nice.
Just a strategy call, get to know what you're doing, where you're headed, and maybe come up with some things that can help you level up.
Get on that.
I like it.
Get on it. Level up, guys. Level it up.
So,
Well, I got to go. I just want to say, Eric is smart. Aaron said that earlier. He has a PhD. And so, he's bilingual. He speaks fluent Spanish. No?
Mm-mm. I speak some Spanish.
Some Spanish. Okay. But you
But
travel.
my book,
Wait a minute, you have a book in
my
Spanish.
book is in
You have
Spanish.
a book in Spanish.
I do a lot of work
And
in
then you
Mexico.
do a
That's
lot
why-
of work
that's
in
why-
Mexico.
that's
Okay.
why you thought that.
Well, and he looks like he's from Mexico.
Take that as an extreme compliment.
Yes, and so, but I'm just saying, Eric has been everywhere. He has met with all different types of people, businesses,
All over the world.
locations, all over the world. So he's just this wealth of information and knowledge that you can tap into.
Oh yeah, big
That's all
time.
I'm saying.
Oh, that's all you're saying. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, let's talk a little bit about some of the things you've done. I mean, you've traveled the world,
Yeah.
and you go and speak and you help communities out. Talk about that a little bit.
So I've traveled to many countries. I do a lot of work in southern Mexico. I've held business conferences, entrepreneurial leadership conferences in southern Mexico, helping. There's not a lot of business type education in some of the remote villages and remote cities in Mexico. So we've put on conferences where I host them and teach leadership principles and how to start and grow businesses.
Wow.
I just returned in February from India, where I did the
Yeah.
exact same thing in some really remote areas of India, helping to teach leadership principles, how to lead organizations, how to
That
level up.
is so awesome.
Was in Uganda last year, and I'm headed to
Goodness.
Uganda again. We've created a poverty eradication strategy in Uganda where we are taking people and helping them learn to save, and then having them dream about a business, teaching them how to write their business plan, vet that business, giving them mentorship to start that business, and then lending them
Wow.
money to grow.
So cool.
Yeah,
That is
so-
awesome. Well, today we're talking with the author of the book Vision Blockers. He's a professional keynote speaker, pastor, business consultant, and recognized business leader. EricScroggins.com is how you can get a hold of him. Follow us on The Lifestyle Business Owner on Facebook and Instagram. And you can also listen to The Lifestyle Business Owner Show anytime, anywhere on lboradio.com.
More of the Lifestyle Business Owner Show coming up on AM 1590. The Answer. You're listening to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show with Aaron and Mayumi Muller.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're talking this afternoon to Eric Scroggins. He's the author of Vision Blockers. He is a professional keynote speaker, pastor, business consultant, and recognized business leader. When we left off, he was talking about all the amazing lives that he's been able to change in other countries that don't have the resources like we do and that we take maybe sometimes for granted. Going
All the
to Mexico, Uganda, India, and just really providing them with the tools and the energy and the positive, the hope.
Yeah,
The hope. And then having them and then releasing them to put into action what you've taught them.
Yeah, it's
That's
a lot of fun.
so
Eric,
rewarding.
Eric, I wanna like let our audience know a little bit about your past, your background. Can you tell us what you've been doing in the past 20 years, I guess, in business, or 10 years? Whatever the important time and frame that you feel like relates
led you to
the vision blockers and everything.
Sure. I've spent a bunch of my career in finance and
Okay.
have worked in the financial services industry. Really got excited about business from that perspective because you get to deal with so many
business
Yes.
owners.
so many
Yep.
different types, and
Yep.
it's it's really fun to do that. And then I've also served as a pastor. I was CEO, not CEO of a church, lead pastor of a church, which is like a CEO.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and did that for 6 years. Still work a lot in the ministry area and do a lot of coaching and consulting in that arena. That's where I gained my passion for really touching humanity in a different way, investing in people's lives. That's the thing that fires me up more than anything.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Just
So
pouring
cool.
into people.
I think
and
you
saying,
need more of a bigger meaning in life, right? Like, I mean, I think that we get caught out in business, just making a profit, right? But if you
Yeah.
can like identify something that is beyond a profit,
Yes.
you're going to be so much more whole in life in general, and then your business will do better too
Absolutely.
because your focus is on the right things.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, as well as anybody, that profit is so temporary, right?
Yes.
Yes.
If you only are,
What are
in
you saying? I wasn't profitable?
Yeah, right. if you are only in business for profit, what do you do in a down economy?
Yeah.
When it's tough to make it,
Amen
right?
to that.
Your passion has to go beyond that. I'm
Yeah.
in business
Absolutely.
for X.
Yep.
And really identifying what that vision is, what that dream is, can take you through any economy. We all know whatever goes up is going to come back down. And so
For
you have
sure.
to have the tools, the skills, and the mindset to exist in any economy.
Absolutely.
No, that's
No,
awesome. I
that's
love it.
awesome.
And so you wrote this book, Vision Blockers. Has the book opened up any doors for you? Because I know a lot of people like, oh, I'm going to write a book, and I wrote a book, and it's like, their thought is,
Now what?
It's going to, now what? But is it worth writing a book?
100%.
Okay.
100%. It is it's like a 6x9 business card. And in my book, and yours as well, my book tells a lot about who I am. You get to know the down and the dirty and the struggles that I've had in my own life. I've been through some ugly, ugly stuff that people shouldn't have to go through. So you get to learn about who I am, and it opens that door to hearts and to
Right.
minds. It opens that door to having people connect with me and really making sure that it's a good match.
Because they're like, okay, he's real, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, but
because
that's-
when
that-
you look at you, you're successful.
Yeah.
You have an amazing, beautiful wife, granddaughter. Daughter. So you think, oh, this guy's got his stuff together. But it took some struggle, some pain, some fear, some losses, right, along the way
And I
to
didn't-
get to where you're at today.
And I didn't tell you, I actually met Eric in the gutter. I pulled him out of the gutter. He was. I'm just kidding.
Well, you know what?
I didn't.
But there's been gutter experiences.
Oh
right?
yeah, and I'll tell you,
There's-
Eric will make the gutter seem really great
Yeah.
because
Well,
he,
if
he
Eric
knows
was
that he'll
smart-
be able to get out of it.
If
someday.
Eric was smart, he would have said, "Well, what have you been doing? What were you doing in the gutter?"
yeah. You had to meet me there, didn't you?
yeah, exactly. That's good.
So nowadays, do you have any like success stories that you can kind of share with the audience of somebody in a business situation that you've been able to help in their business?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple that I'll share with you. The first one, actually, you asked about open doors of the book. This gentleman heard me speak at a conference, grabbed a copy of my book from the conference host, read it twice, and then emailed me while I was on vacation and
Wow.
said, I'd like to connect with you, and would you like a new coaching client? And I did with him what I do with everybody, and that's, hey, let's meet. Let's
Yeah.
make sure we're a match.
Yep.
So I started working with him over a year ago, and he had a pretty good business, actually. And actually, I walked away going, what am I going to really be able
Yeah.
to deliver here?
Yeah.
And as I got into this situation and began to interview his employees and talk through it, his vision was not permeating his organization. He had this thing in his head, but it wasn't coming out anywhere. And his processes and procedures were all kind of a mess, and he was making money really kind of in spite of himself
Sure.
to some degree.
Yeah.
Just a great guy, and people love him, and he's solid. So over the last year, we've worked together on streamlining some of these things, getting his employees engaged. And he went from about $2.5 million in sales when I met him, and he did almost $5 million last year.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a huge success story.
Yeah,
That's
so-
not
That's
easy to do.
Awesome.
No,
To
and
go from $2 to $5 million
Yeah.
dollars, that's a feat.
yeah, and he's got on track to do 8 this year
Wow.
with the book, with the business that's already on the book. So,
You unblocked his vision.
man, it's just and he's been
He's
rocking.
just looking.
It's
He's
great.
got that vision. Is focused. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So
Yeah, and I think that what it takes is a lot of listening, right? Like you listened to this gentleman, and he told you his challenges. You question yourself a little bit, and like, what can I do? But then you you unblocked your vision blockers.
Yeah.
You got rid of those.
Yes.
And said, wait a minute, I actually can help, right? But I do that too, same thing. You know, sometimes I go, how am I going to help this person? Like, well, you
Because
know.
it seems like they're doing good.
Yeah. And you get kind of caught on the surface level
Yes.
of how things are, and then you get deeper in and go, oh, duh. You know,
Yep.
boom,
Yep.
right? But sometimes it takes being in it to
Yes.
really discover that.
Yeah, and I'm not a typical quote unquote coach. I don't have a system that you go through step 1 through 10
Right.
and you're successful.
No, I agree.
It's very organic, and so
Yes.
I'm partnering with you in
Yes.
your struggle
Yep.
and walking through to the places of success. And
I
so,
love that.
So it's very I call it organic, which is almost a buzzword anymore, but
Well, it's personalized. It's personalized to that individual person and their business.
Yes.
And I like that because you don't have a template of all the things that you need these people to do, because sometimes it's not as easy as that. You've got to individualize and customize for each individual person.
yeah, it's like being a psychological counselor for a business, right?
Yeah.
And being able to
you
interview.
talked about that. That is
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
And you're really good at it.
Thank you.
Like, I mean, you can't say you're a counselor, but I would say that he has the skill sets.
Yeah, it's a lot of the same techniques.
Yeah.
It's the interview, it's the listening, it's the questioning, it's
Yes.
asking difficult questions. You know, you get yes from all of your employees. You get yes from all of your praise people around you. You need to hear no from somebody, and
Yeah.
you need to hear why, and tell me about that, and prove that that's going to be successful, and what do you have to back that up? And that's where I come in, to ask those kind of questions that can really get your mind thinking about different ways to do business.
That's awesome. I think that's awesome. And because you are so reputable and respected, and you have such a wealth of knowledge, both academically and just being worldly, you know, I think that people, and you don't say it in a way that's offending, I think that you can say no to people when they're, you know, you got to want the help too. So they're hiring you because they want the help. That's the first step.
Yeah.
And then by you being there to tell them, but guide them, but then tell them when you need to, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's awesome.
Yeah, I think the best, the way it's been best phrased is partnering with me is great because, you know, the business owner is saying, I didn't know what I didn't know. And so sometimes just being able to explore what you don't know and
Absolutely.
having that come to light can be very powerful.
Yeah,
totally
and
agree.
it just takes that other set of eyes a lot of times
Yeah.
and ears in your business, because we do get stuck in ruts as business owners, and it's hard, you know, right? It's hard as a business owner to take advice because we got big egos. And we are, you know, we became business owners because we don't want to be told what to do.
Right.
Don't be telling me what to do, Eric.
Yep.
And so it's really, you know, the challenge. And that's where, you know, even with our book, The Lifestyle Business Owner in our Academy, you know, we're looking for people that are open-minded.
Right.
Yes.
And they're saying, you know what? I know I can do something better. And somebody's going to teach me something that I don't know. And I'm going to go find that, and I'm gonna go along with what they say because I respect them. So if you're going to hire somebody as a consultant, my opinion, and I hired a consultant back in 2000 when I bought an auto repair shop, when I bought my first auto shop, and I said, you know what, I don't know how to run this business. I just came from a business that I always called my 4-year college education, where I lost my butt.
Yep.
And I say, you know, I want to do it right from the beginning. So I actually went out and I hired a consulting company, and they taught me for 6 months how to run this business. And I listened and implemented every single thing they told me. And I did not argue with them. I did not sit there and, I challenged why am I doing this? But I didn't say I wasn't going to do it because I thought better, because I always knew after 6 months or whatever, you can just stop doing it and everything.
Right.
But it's like those shows that you see, right? Where the Hell's Kitchen or whatever it is, you know,
where they go in.
They go in there and the guy tells them what to do, and
they don't wanna listen.
They don't want to listen. They fight it, and then they always do, and
then they end up
and then they love it.
Yeah.
You know, and so the whole point is that if you're open-minded as a business owner, there's people like Eric and us that can really help you get to a whole other level, because you know, we've been there, you know, and we talked about this a few weeks back with our kids, and they don't want to take advice, you know, and I want to learn the hard way. It's like, why?
Why would you
know,
want
and,
to?
and it's too expensive in business to learn the hard way.
Very expensive.
I mean, so many people go out of
when you're a
business.
kid, you can learn the hard way, but not when you're an adult. But
for sure.
You know, the thing is like Eric said earlier, as far as a business partner, right? What did you say the verbiage? I liked it.
What
Do you
were we
remember?
talking about?
About you being
a best friend, like
Yeah,
a
best
friend
friend of a
like
business. Yeah,
and I
and
love
so-
that because I feel like if you're going into this venture, whether you're new or you just need to, revamp your business and get some fresh air, a breath of fresh air in it, hiring a consultant, coach like Eric is such a key ingredient to making you successful. A mentor also is another good way to go too, in addition, because again, we don't know all the answers. If we're stagnant in our business, why not bring somebody on that can breathe some new life into it?
Yeah, and new businesses as well. So
Exactly.
if you're a startup and you haven't walked through the business planning process yet, like hiring somebody like me that can help you walk through that
That's
and know
huge.
what's important. If you don't have a plan, what is the old adage? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know what? Thank you, Eric, for being on the show this afternoon. You can reach Eric at www.ericscroggins.com. That's Eric, SCROGGINS.com. He's offering a special where he will offer a half an hour, 30 minutes of free consulting. You just go to his website /calendar and reach out to him. Here at the Lifestyle Business Owner Academy, we're not rendering financial or legal advice. We're not telling you what you should or shouldn't do with your business or your money. We're just simply telling you what we are doing personally. When we come back, we're going to start our LBO segment. This is where we discuss how to buy a business, grow profits, and make it run without you. Make sure you follow the Lifestyle Business Owner Show on Facebook and Instagram, and always at lboradio.com.
Time for a quick break, but we'll have more of the Lifestyle Business Owner Show right after this, here on AM 1580. The Answer.